What's good with you beautiful people out there? It's the top of the year, so that means it's that time of the year. We're gonna be going over my official 2025 EDC. And for those of you who don't know what EDC stands for, that's your everyday carry. Now, these are the essentials, the things that you must have, the things that you need, and the things that make your days go by a little bit easier. And since last year, mine have changed just a little bit, so let's talk about it. Okay, so the number one thing that I can't leave the house without and comes with me every single place that I go is my iPhone. Now, this right here is the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I believe this is like the rose gold color. And this thing goes with me pretty much everywhere, simply due to the fact that it helps me run my business more efficiently. It allows me to contact clients. It allows me to stay in contact with family. Also, it is my key to get into my car. I rarely use the actual key card to my Cybertruck. I always pretty much have my phone on me or my Apple Watch, and they both act as like a key fob. So I always have to have my phone on me at all times, or else I literally won't be able to go anywhere. And at the same time, I think that iPhones nowadays are a very usable device for content. Me personally, I always tend to stick to my professional camera, but I do believe that iPhone cameras have gotten to the level of quality to the point where they're definitely usable for pretty much any piece of content that you want to create. For me personally, I just don't think that an iPhone will ever really be able to compete with the professional camera. And I don't expect it to, right? Because iPhones are made to call, text, and do a lot of other things. But I do feel like the fact that the cameras can do what they can do is just an extra plus with the phone. I do want to get into using my iPhone a lot more. I just like the way that cameras make videos look. All right, so the next thing that comes with me every single day is going to be my wallet. Now, this wallet right here is one of those wallets where it will protect you from people stealing your card information by just walking past you. Nowadays, there are devices where people can literally walk past you and literally get into your credit card account or your debit card account from just like swiping past you. So this has some type of technology in it that protects it from that happening, and also it's very cool, very minimal. I like it a lot. I got off Amazon. I believe it was around like $30 at the time. You probably can find something very similar for cheaper. I will have a link to this in the description below, but I do think that this wallet is very, very cool. As you guys can see, it's like this. I just pop the cards right up, and you know, it's super cool, super unique, and I like it a lot. It's very minimal, and I like the monochrome type of look for everything that I use. So the fact that it's nice black and has some type of like, I don't want to call it stainless steel, but some type of metal accents to it, I think it goes perfectly with my aesthetic every single day. The next stuff that comes with me every single place that I go, every single day, is going to be my camera and my lens. Now for the camera, I'm actually recording on it right now. It's going to be the Sony FX3, and typically I always bring the Sony 24-70 G Master Mark II with me. And this lens just is very versatile for my content at work, daily content, and just lifestyle content in general, whether it's cars, morning routines, all type of things like that. This will pretty much cover all parameters of any focal length that you need, and I like it a lot. And I really do think that it's worth the money, but with technology nowadays, you definitely can find cheaper alternatives that will give you near the same quality. Now also, I'm using it right now. I bring my 35 GM 1.4, and I love the way this lens look. I love the creaminess that it gives the background, and 35 personally is my favorite focal length. When I'm using my zoom, I always find myself around 35 to 50, and those two are my golden focal lengths, and if I could pick any two focal lengths to be at, it would be those two. So I do have a 35 G Master 1.4, and I think these two combos together are amazing. I always try to bring an ND filter with me, and right now I'm using the Peter McKinnon Polar Pro Signature Edition 2, and in my opinion, I'm not really like a pixel peeper or, you know, looking at quality that much. I think you can get away with using any ND if you are on a certain budget, but obviously the more expensive NDs have better glass to it, so whatever that's worth, take what you will from it. But the good thing about this one that I like a lot, and I believe this one was $260, is I can literally screw off this cap and the ND is in here just like that. And here's the front of my 24-70. All I have to do is literally twist it like this. Once it's tight, I can just pop this cover off. If it would come off, I can just pop this cover off and it's on there nice and snug. And then when I want to take it off, same thing, pop it and just untighten it, and then literally put the cover back on and you're all good to go. And if you're a type of person that has multiple filters, different cameras and lenses and things like that, sometimes these filters can get stuck and they can be a bitch to literally take off. So having something like this is very thoughtful and innovative in my opinion, and this is something that I keep with me at all times because you never know when you might need it. And last but not least, the thing that comes with me every single day that pretty much holds all of my things is gonna be this Peak Design everyday 6-liter sling. Now, the reason why I ended up getting this is because my actual camera bag, I just felt like as far as content creation goes, if I have to spend a lot of time taking all my equipment out and putting it back, I felt like I was less likely to want to create. Whereas if the stuff was a lot more accessible and just was a lot more minimal, I really didn't have a reason not to create, and I feel like the whole process of everything would be a lot more seamless. So I got on the market and I found this 6-liter sling. I went to my local camera store and there was a few that I was looking at online, but this one just kind of made sense. So let's break down what's typically inside of it. So in this pouch right here, typically I'm keeping the pouch for my lav mic, which I'm using right now. It's a DJI wireless mic and I'm using that right now. So typically I keep that with me. And then I have the HDMI cord to my, let's see if I can do it. I can't get it. I have my HDMI cord to my monitor, which I believe this is a Condor cord, and they make amazing cords. And I have this attachment to hook my monitor to the top of my camera. So those are the things that I keep in that pouch. Keep it nice and simple. Again, I can carry this around. It's very mobile, very minimal. So for me, that's very, very important. And then inside, I'll typically have my camera, and then I have whatever lens I don't have on the camera be in there. Right now, obviously I'm using my 35, so I have the 24-70. That'll be just sitting right next to the camera. And then inside, there's a pouch right here. So you have the interior, and then you have this right here. So inside there is where I keep my monitor, which is an Atmos Ninja Shinobi. I believe it's a 5-inch. I keep that in here, and then my ND, typically I keep this, and then my short stash polarizer and mist, and then always keep a battery with me for my monitor. I also have a portable battery that I will keep in my car just in case I forget that or that's dead. And that always stays with me and stays charged. And then right here, there's a pouch. If you unzip that, I just keep like miscellaneous stuff. I have a few microfibers if I need to wipe some lenses off. And then I do keep a dust blower. I don't know where it is, but I do typically keep a dust blower with me. But yeah, that's pretty much what I keep with me, and this is what carries around all of my camera equipment. Super small, super compact. And if you guys are interested in this, I will have a link to it in the description below. And in my opinion, I think if you are gonna have these devices or accessories or cameras with you at all times, every day, I think that you should invest in high quality, cases, accessories, and bags, etc. Just because these things are used a lot more and they're gonna be with you every single day. So the more you spend in higher quality things that you get, they're gonna last a lot longer, and it could save you a lot more money in the long run rather than what it does up front, in my opinion. Now, something else that does come with me that I really kind of didn't mention is my Apple Watch. I believe it's the Apple Watch 11, I believe. But the reason why I keep this with me is because I did have like a little health scare or incident last year. So this just kind of helps me monitor my sleep, monitor my heart rate, monitor kind of what's going on. It also helps me wake up a lot easier than my phone alarm does. Because this is on your wrist, it actually vibrates, and for some reason for me, it actually is more effective to me than hearing your phone ring and kind of hoping that it wakes you up. Also, I do bring my tripod with me everywhere that I go. I have a Ulanzi Conman, but I believe that they changed the name of it. I will have a link to everything in the description below. But if you are gonna have these expensive lenses and expensive cameras, please do not get a cheap, flimsy tripod. You're gonna regret it, and you're gonna thank me for taking my advice. I started off with, you know, a $60, $70 tripod, and I thought I would never see myself spending $200, $300, even $500 on a tripod. But when you spend this money, you can see that it's a lot more sturdy, a lot more durable, has a lot more functionality, and overall it's just a better bang for buck. So if you can take anything from this video, I hope I was able to show you how I keep things nice and simple, and a few of the things that I keep with me at all times, and things that help my life be a lot more efficient and go a lot smoother. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna sum up this video. That is this year's 2025 EDC. Again, for those of you who don't know, that means everyday carry. And until next time, it's your boy DeMonte. Peace, love, we out.